Yikes. Yikes. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to Ella Pastoral. My name is Emma and today I'll be giving you all the reasons why I no longer consider myself a K-pop stan and why the K-pop industry as a whole is super problematic. So if you guys are interested in that, keep on watching. The main way that K-pop is problematic is through the commodification and abuse of other people's culture, also known as cultural appropriation. But as you guys can see, it isn't just Black culture that the K-pop industry uses, abuses, and throws away like it's trash. It's other cultures too, but seeing as I'm Black, I'm gonna be talking about how the K-pop industry has used Black culture in a terrible way and how that has caused a lot of mental turmoil for me as a Black girl. We all know that K-pop is inspired by Black people and Black culture, but with the way that the K-pop stans act towards Black people, you would never know that because K-pop stans are really anti-Black. This is exactly how traditional Korean music used to sound before the influence of Black culture. And this is what K-pop music sounds now, that it has a little bit of spice and flavor from the Black people that they got the inspiration from. So I'm just putting that in there before y'all try to cancel me and say, no, K-pop isn't inspired by Black culture. That's what it was sounding like before Black people, and that's what it's sounding like now. There's obviously a difference, and that difference is that Black people had their spice practically stolen. But seeing as how a lot of K-pop music is inspired by Black culture, a lot of these K-pop idols sadly feel the need to overcompensate their lack of Blackness by trying to act Black. And we see this in a lot of K-pop artists. We will see this in how they wear box braids, wear locks, even with the way they be acting sometimes. Like, you used to be a valley girl and now you're hood and you talk with an accent, like a hood accent, when that wasn't you to begin with. Especially if the K-pop idol is designated as the rapper of their group, or if they want to represent themselves as a rapper, they will be literally dressing up as a Black person. They will be cosplaying as a Black person. And we can even see this in famous rappers. I hate to put this man under the bus, but look at Namjoon. Namjoon is the leader of one of the most famous K-pop groups of all time, and this is what he was looking like at the beginning of his debut. Why does Homeboy have 4C? Like, his hair is even more thicker and coilier than mine, and I'm actually Black. And this is the kind of nonsense that we see throughout Korean society. You see appropriation of Black culture on the talk shows. You see it on the K-pop music streaming awards. Like, anti-Blackness / appropriation of Black culture is literally seen in all aspects of Korean society. Like, I even remember seeing some freaking Korean wearing locks on the famous Korean TV show Penthouse. That's how bad it is. And I just find it completely ridiculous that when Black people go to Korea, they can now find a Black person to do their hair, or they can't even find a Korean person to do their hair. But when it comes to your problematic faves, they're able to get box braids, they're able to get locks, they're able to get cornrows. But actual Black people in Korea can't find people to do their hair. And I'm just tired of the nonsense. And as a Black woman, I found it so infuriating that Black culture is always commodified and made as a joke in Korean media. I would turn on my TV, go to YouTube, and on the thumbnail of the newest K-pop music video, it would be one of our problematic faves with some type of horrible representation of Black hairstyles. Why am I seeing Kai with locks? Why am I seeing the dude from Talking Brothers wearing dreads? And it's so alarming to me how no one cares. And this directly leads me to my next segment, which I like to call the infantilization of celebrities, but specifically K-pop idols. The reason why I feel like K-pop idols are consistently infantilized is K-pop culture and aegyo. But let me firstly explain to you what aegyo is. Sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation of that word. I'm obviously not Korean. According to the OED, aegyo is used to describe the charm and cuteness, especially of a sort considered characteristic of Korean popular culture. It means behavior regarding as cute, charming, or adorable as well. The word is commonly used in association with adorable babies or cute pets. And so for K-pop culture, if you watch any type of talk show or any type of non-music video type situation where a K-pop idol is currently located, you know they be forcing these grown adults, and like most of these cases, these people are grown, to do aegyo. So I'm putting pictures right here and right here, and these are especially grown men acting cute or practically acting as according to the OED as babies. And so I really feel like aegyo has allowed K-pop fans, but specifically K-pop stans, to infantilize these grown adults. Like they act like a baby, right, in order to appease the fans. So then the fans internalize that these grown adults are childlike, and that's why they in most of the cases defend them like they're defending their own child, because K-pop idols do low-key infantilize themselves. The culture of aegyo has really caused a lot of issues. It has caused people who are my age, older or younger, to see these K-pop artists who are in their 20s as low-key infants. And these people are doing grown adult things, so we have no business infantilizing them. And second, because of this infantilization, K-pop stans do not hold their problematic faves accountable for anything that they do, yo. They're like, oh, my little baby, he doesn't know any better. But homeboy is 30. If I am 20 and I know better, and we both share the same internet, how is it that your opar, as these people would like to call their problematic faves, not able to be held accountable? If I can get in trouble for it, why is this grown man not held on the same standard as someone like me? And just because I brought up the men doesn't mean y'all don't be infantilizing the women too. So let me go into some examples before you're like, that doesn't happen. K-pop stans don't be infantilizing their problematic faves. Let me give y'all some examples. According to KultScene.com, this can be seen in the way some fans responded to Blackpink's use of a statue of a Hindu deity as a prop in their music video of How You Like That during Lisa's solo scene. If you're not picking up on this by now, Lisa is a problematic member of Blackpink, but let me continue to read. In Lisa's solo scene, she is seated on a throne, with a statue of the Hindu deity on the ground beside her. Hindu fans demanded an apology from YG Entertainment, saying that Hinduism is not an aesthetic and that it is disrespectful to place a deity on the floor. Trending things like hashtag my culture is not your aesthetic and YG apologized. With the uproar, YG eventually edited out the statue, but didn't publicly address the issue. So not only did Blackpink disrespect the Hindu fans by literally having their god on the floor, I feel like they could have researched that. They could have done a little quick Google search. So if they can find the deity enough to replicate the deity's, I don't know, shape/likeness, they could have seen what was problematic about it, or maybe get like a Hindu person to like help. But what I want you guys to pay close attention to is the company knew it was so wrong and offensive that they eventually edited out. I'm still looking at YG Entertainment sideways because they should have came out with a public apology. They did the bare minimum of editing it out. So I guess that's a win, even though they never really apologized like they should have. But instead of taking their L and saying, yeah, my fave is problematic, yeah, Blackpink was in the wrong, K-pop stans do what K-pop stans do, and they defended Blackpink even though they were in the wrong. So I'm actually going to continue to read from the same article that I was reading from before. Some fans defended Blackpink, saying that the group has no control over what they wear or the staging for their music videos, with some even harassing Indian and Hindu blinks. Shaking my head. Fans accused those calling Blackpink out as antis, dragging the group so their own particular favorite groups can shine. Deflection. That is a very typical K-pop stan behavior. These blinks trended hashtag YG protects Blackpink, imploring YG to protect Blackpink from defamation and malicious tweets. Do y'all see this nonsense? Do y'all see this nonsense? This is exactly what I'm talking about when K-pop stans be infantilizing their faves. You guys know that they have a history of doing stuff like this. They stay being problematic. They stay appropriating someone's culture. In this instant, they disrespected somebody's god. Like, if I saw Blackpink practically doing the same thing with Christianity, As a Christian, I'd be sick. So why are they doing this to the Hindus, bro? What really got me is the fact that y'all went and attacked Indian and Hindu blinks, talking about you guys don't even like Blackpink, you guys are antis. Do you see how it's deflection? Do you see how it's deflection? Like, obviously, these people care about Blackpink and they like the music, and that's why they're speaking up. They don't want their faves to be doing stuff like this. And you guys are attacking them because they have honest criticism, talking about some YG needs to protect them against defamation and malicious tweets. Bro, YG can't even apologize for appropriating and disrespecting somebody's religion. It ain't making sense. This ain't making sense, bro. Like, when it comes to K-pop stans, they literally throw away all common sense in order to protect their faves. And this is the kind of behavior that makes me sick, bro. When it comes to K-pop stans, they literally throw away all sense of common sense and decorum in order to kind of do mental gymnastics to defend their faves. And I just can't do it. Like, I can't use my sense to hear you guys and be okay with the nonsense you guys are saying. You guys are really trying to get Blackpink and YG to be the victims in this situation when they were the ones who did the stuff wrong. And then you guys went and attacked innocent Hindu blinks, innocent Indian blinks. All for what? You knew what Blackpink did. You knew what they did, and you still wanted to defend them. And that's why I just can't consider myself a part of this whole K-pop stan culture, because y'all low-key acting dumb, and I'm not okay with that. And y'all thought it was bad when it came to the way that these K-pop stans be treating Blackpink, bro. Let me tell you about male K-pop stans and why they're the devil. I got 2 examples for y'all, so please listen. BTS member Suga was also recently the center of attention. Some online users pointed out that in his latest mixtape, he used cult leader Jim Jones' sermon to introduce his song, What Do You Think? The cult leader has been associated with the mass murder, suicide of 909 people, and for preying on Black people in particular. While BTS's company Big Hits later issued an apology and removed the sampling, many fans defended him and felt it wasn't necessary. Can y'all believe this? K-pop stans continue to amaze me, bro. The companies, these big mega corporations who are soulless, they don't care about people. They even have the brains to be like, okay, guys, we're sorry. And for you to crawl out from whatever hole you're coming from to be like, y'all didn't have to apologize. If somebody was making a freaking music video that involved genocide about Koreans, like let's say there's a Black rapper who's talking about Korean comfort women to introduce some song, y'all would drag him. So why is Yoongi exempt from criticism? Like, I'm a BTS fan, not a stan. I'm a BTS fan, and when I found this out, I was actively disgusted, because why would you do that? Jim Jones? Jim Jones? Are you serious? Now let me show y'all how these fans actually responded. Fans also excused the sampling, saying that Suga meant to criticize Jones in his song, infantilizing the artist by framing his own creative endeavor in their perspective, regardless of the actuality of his feelings. If you don't know why he used it, then shut up, please. Literally causing unnecessary hate to bring good people down. That way of sampling speech to mock someone was used by hip-hop artists many times before. An army reportedly tweeted, offering an interpretation as defense regardless of the artist not saying such. Do y'all see how K-pop stans be doing mental Olympics? Y'all is putting an interpretation to this man's song when he ain't even say all that. The company apologized and removed it, so the company knew they were wrong. For you to be like, mental gymnastics, bro, mental gymnastics, and I really can't do it. And I just feel like it's so harmful, because it's always mental gymnastics and a lack of apathy when it comes to Black people suffering. This is a murder-suicide that Suga decided to sample. And not only was it a murder-suicide, it was a murder-suicide that disproportionately affected Black people. And as someone who's so inspired, so in love with the hip-hop/rap genre, for you to see this man abuse Black people and be like, I don't use it in a song, I don't use it in a song actually makes me sick to my stomach, bro. Because why are you profiting off the pain of black people? Black people's pain isn't a commodity. It isn't the newest toy. It isn't the newest iPhone. And I'm just sick and tired of K-pop fans specifically justifying our trauma being profited off of. I really wish a black artist in our 2022 will go and profit off Korean suffering, make it into music, and black fans like, it ain't though. It ain't though, because no one's doing that when it comes to other minorities suffering, but when it comes to black people suffering, somehow it's trendy, somehow it's cool, somehow it's a great way to introduce your music. Tell me how that makes sense, bro. Tell me how that literally makes sense. And what really grinds my gears is that no other group would do such mental gymnastics to support their faves. If a black artist right now were to take a Korean woman, like recounting her Korean comfort woman situation, or talking about how Korea was brutalized during what, I think it was World War II, and put it in their freaking song, talking about this is a great way to introduce my newest track, it would be hell to pay. So why is it, why are K-pop stans doing this? Why? Tell me why. Why? And what makes it even sadder is that Big Hit and even BTS are one of the few / least problematic groups / companies. So we can even imagine what the heck is going on for the other groups, the other companies. At least Big Hit had the kindness to apologize and remove it. Y'all saw Blackpink's company YG just said, well, we removed it, what more do you want? An apology? We're not giving you an apology. And so yeah, as a black person, it's sad to see. But sadly, making fun of mass murder / suicide of black people and black people's trauma doesn't even touch the iceberg of the problematic things that occur in the K-pop industry, which sadly brings me to my next segment, the issue with these new K-pop groups. IDK what it is about these newer K-pop groups, but I promise I just figured out their formula. Okay, so this is exactly how it goes, okay? Find a marginalized group, right? Do something horrifically offensive and you'll blow up. The music don't even gotta be there. You just gotta do something mad problematic, use somebody's culture as a costume, say something really racist, and you will have success. I promise that is the formula that all of these new K-pop groups are implementing. Because with every new group, there is a controversy. And I'm tired of the shenanigans. And as someone who no longer claims to be a K-pop stan, I'm tired of these new groups because I would see that, hey, a new group is debuting. I'm out here trying to support their music. I'll listen to the song's a bang. And I'm like, okay, let me put names to these people. So I'm doing a quick Google search. I find out that freaking Yoonwoo of the new freaking K-pop group said the N-word 18 times. His bandmates, let's say, let's call him Yoon Kim. Yoon Kim literally says, I hate black people and I wish all black people would be dead. And now I'm trying to figure out where are these K-pop companies finding these people from? Because how are all of y'all racist? How are y'all don't have no groups that not one person is racist? Because now that makes me think that either the Korean society is really racist, which spoiler alert, it really is, or you guys are going to Racist Academy 433 on Adonso Lynn Street and picking these people up, because every group has at least one problematic member. And let me show y'all what I'm talking about. According to BuzzFeed News, it all started when the K-pop group, I'm gonna put it there, I don't know what that name is called, upload a behind the scenes video of its members singing and hanging out during a show. In one of the video, member Jake is shown as someone sings Love Galore in the background, and the singing stops when another member he sung appears. Some fans are claiming they can hear that one of the members, it's unclear who, sings along to the song and says the N-word. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see the nonsense that I, as someone who used to like K-pop, excessively has to go through, bro? Imagine you're so excited to see one of your favorite groups post a YouTube video, is the behind the scenes, and you're black, and you're hearing this Korean man say the N-word. And before y'all come on me with the infantilization ish, if you know about Love Galore, then you should know about the N-word. How do you know all of these black people songs but don't understand black culture? It literally doesn't make any sense. How do you guys know about black music but don't know about offensive things to black people? It literally goes hand in hand. If you are on the same internet that I am on, how are you acting so incompetent? How? How? And sadly, you guys already know what happens when these K-pop artists come out saying some problematic-ish. You know that A, the company did not apologize, and B, the K-pop stans lost their actual damn mind. And I might actually have to put a trigger warning here because this next section is going to be intense because I'm going to show you how racist K-pop stans can be towards black people. So trigger warning for images that contain racial slurs, death threats, and violent images. And if you are a black person or someone who's easily triggered by these types of things, I'm gonna include a timestamp somewhere on the screen so you guys can skip all of this triggering stuff. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing that we have here is, I don't even know if I can say these words. It's a black man being lynched. A K-pop stan posted this after the controversy. A black man. They posted a black man being lynched. The next tweet is from a user called Hua Tan. It says, God, this is terrible. No one wants blacks around at this point. The cursed trash of the world. Wherever they go, there will always be chaos. Just let us enjoy Inha in peace. The world is better off without you people. And they put one monkey emoji, one ape emoji, one trash can. And the hashtags are even worse. First one is lynch the blacks. The second one is bring back slavery. The last one is blacks mass genocide. But there's more. There's more. The next one is from Alaha. It's getting hard to support black people. I get that the word is offensive, but he didn't mean it in a racist way. Mental gymnastics, infantilization. The word was in a song. It's like y'all cancel people every 2 seconds, then wonder why nobody wants y'all in their space. K-pop is based off black culture. Obviously, Koreans want us in their space if they're literally profiting, ripping off, and stealing. Let's just continue to read. Y'all are difficult to like. I don't mean this to offend any black NGs. You're lying. You're actually lying. But most of y'all are problematic. Just focus on Western music, please. There's too much to unpack. Next tweet. Okay. I can even say the next one has so many curse words. I'm gonna just put it on the screen for y'all to see. And as you guys saw, this is how black people are getting treated by K-pop fans. We're degraded. We're told we should be lynched. The first person said they wanted to bring back slavery, all because we didn't want a Korean using a slur that has been used to oppress black people for literally hundreds of years. Do you guys understand how stupid you guys sound? You lack common sense. You lack self-respect. Instead of babying your idols, who I promise are grown and have the mental capacity to know wrong from right, maybe we should hold these idols accountable. That way, that they can be better people. Because how is this okay, guys? How is this okay? Would you want someone to say this to your favorite person? Would you want anyone to say these? Because these are violent, malicious things that people are saying about black people. Would you want anyone to take this same negative, hateful, violent energy and send it to them? To what is it, Jake and the whole Yin Hep. I don't even care about how the name of the group is called. N-Hypen. Would you want anyone to say that to your faves? Then why are you, if obviously the answer is no, anyone will say no to that, but why? Why are you behind your keyboard, practically being a keyboard warrior and saying these violent and malicious things to black people? Don't say the N-word, it's not that hard. In fact, back to the tweet, the last tweet that said, focusing on one of these tweets, bro, from Ayla, I don't freaking know. I don't care how their name is pronounced, they're racist. Just focus on Western music, please. Tell your faves to stop using Western music in their music. Tell them to stop profiting off black culture. If you can only say the N-word and be offensive and be racist, stop listening to Western music. If it's that hard for you and your opars are so incapable of not saying the N-word, tell them to stop listening to Western music. If these grown men are so incapable of not saying the N-word, tell them to stop listening to rap music, hip-hop music, R&B music, and also don't steal it. You guys are so influenced by black culture, but also want to degrade black people at the same time. You can't outdo the doer, honey. You can't outdo the doer. And that leads me to my next segment. Everyone hates the blacks. The K-pop industry has so much anti-blackness that it's not funny. If you guys have gotten to this point of the video, you saw how anti-blackness is littered throughout all types of Korean culture. It be on their TV, it be in their music. Anti-blackness, anti-blackness, anti-blackness. You guys hate black people. And when your problematic fave does something against black people, you guys excuse it. And this was really seen in the situation of she's not even the first black K-pop idol, but she's like the most prominent to this date. And her name is Fatu. And I'm gonna explain to you guys the situation that happened with her that actually was the straw on the camel's back for me. That really made me say F K-pop, F K-pop fans, F K-pop stans, F K-pop, period. So Fatu, also known as Fatu Samba, is a member of the girl group Black Swan. She is the main rapper, lead dancer, and vocalist of the group. And sadly, she is one of the most hated K-pop idols to date. And you know why? She's the most hated? I'm gonna let y'all guess. It's because she's black. And it's so crazy because there was a situation where supposedly she was accused of bullying one of the members. But let me break this down for y'all, okay? A couple months ago, around November 2021, on November 12th, Black Swan's Fatu was accused of bullying Leah by a Brazilian fan base of the former member. The fan base allegedly released chats between them and a relative of Leah. This controversy led to Fatu getting a lot of racist remarks against her. As you guys saw, K-pop stans love being anti-black. They love being anti-black, and no one knew the truth at this time, but they said this is the perfect time to hate on this black woman. But let me continue by giving y'all the tea. On the 14th of November, the alleged bully Fatu. In a shocking turn of events, the Senegalese idol revealed that she was tolerating Leah's manipulative and disrespectful behavior to the point where Leah disrespected her family when the group was in Belgium. According to Fatu, Leah is a gigantic headache to everyone in the company. From our CEO to our teachers down to us, the members. The biggest problem is that she always, every second of the day, only thinks about herself. This is a group. She's not a solo artist, but at any consideration for the people around her. And as you guys know from this video, and probably if you are a black person, no one apologized to Fatu. They were sending her death threats. They were calling her everything but a child of God, only to find out that Leah was the villain all along. And that just summarizes how it is to be a black person who enjoys K-pop. They will bully you. They will make you out to be the bad guy. Obviously, when you are the victim, obviously when you are getting called slurs, and no one cares. When it comes to how black people are feeling, when it comes to our trauma, when it comes to our culture, nobody cares. Our culture is stolen, our opinions are looked over, and we are seen as the scum of the earth. And as somebody who is trying to achieve happiness and is trying to be happy, being a K-pop stan is not the move. So in conclusion, to cut this video down short, the K-pop industry is racist. That's why I stopped being a stan. I was sick and tired of the shenanigans. I wanted peace. I was sick and tired of people arguing with me on Twitter saying, if you don't like the fave being a part of the clan, the Korean Ku Klux Klan, leave. And I'm like, I like the music, but you're a part of the clan. So I had to put me first. So yeah, that is officially it for this video. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. I really hope I don't get drugged by the K-pop stans. Y'all already know how they be acting. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure that you comment. Yeah, that's it for this video. Peace.